So everybody, it is that time of year again. We have PrimeDAy Deals coming up on July 16th and July 17th, and this is the best time of year to kind of really give yourself some treat yourself accessories for your Apple products. And this is going to be the first of 3 different videos. We're first going to be covering iPad accessories, then iPhone, and then finally some MacBook Air and MacBook Pro accessories for you guys to load up on while they're fully discounted on Amazon. Depending on when you're watching this, PrimeDAy Deals might have come and gone already, but all the items that I list in this video are still great items, and for the most part throughout the year they are discounted. But before we get started, definitely subscribe to the channel and check out our channel membership below if you want to get some awesome perks like channel wallpapers, a live podcast, and more, but let's get into this video. So I'm going to be naming accessories in terms of how quote-unquote cool I think they are and what my favorite one on this list is, so definitely stay tuned for the end of the video as I crown my favorite iPad accessory that isn't a first-party iPad accessory. But the first one I'm going to recommend is going to be some sort of Apple Pencil. Now the Apple Pencil situation right now is a little confusing in terms of which Apple Pencil is for which iPad. Now that the M4 iPad Pro has the Apple Pencil Pro, we still have the USB-C Apple Pencil 2, as well as a first-gen Apple Pencil. And I have a video down below for you guys to check out that kind of differentiates every single one. But the Apple Pencil alternative that I'm going to mention, there's a couple that kind of fall into the same category, but these are under $30 and they give you 95% of the Apple Pencil 2 experience. So these Apple Pencil 2 alternatives will be for your iPad Air, your iPad mini, as well as the older iPad Pros, excluding the M4 iPad Pro. But this one by Penevol is one of my favorite ones because not only is it an Apple Pencil alternative that's much cheaper, but also it charges wirelessly and magnetically on your iPad Pro or iPad Air. Again, not the M4 iPad Pro, but all the other ones. It also has things like palm rejection, tilt sensitivity. It even has a shortcut on the back end of the actual Apple Pencil. The only thing that it's missing is pressure sensitivity, but other than that, it works extremely well. It even gives you the actual battery percentage in the battery widget, and that's the same thing for the Penevol pencil as well as the EIP pencil, and everything is going to be linked down below. So for under $30, it's hard to argue the amount of value that you're getting because let's say these only last a year or maybe a year and a half. For another $30, you can go out and buy another one as opposed to spending, let's say, $130 directly from Apple. But if you buy a first-party Apple Pencil, I do highly recommend going through Amazon because the Apple Pencil 2 on Amazon right now is only $70 compared to from Apple, I believe it's $129. The same Apple Pencil, still brand new, it says $50 discounted. Same thing with the USB-C Apple Pencil, that one I believe is only $69 versus I believe $70 on Apple's website. So if you are looking for first-party Apple accessories, then I do recommend going through Amazon. Even things like the Magic Keyboard is usually $50 off, and for PrimeDAy is going to be even that much more. So keep that in mind as we go throughout this video. So the next accessory is going to be the Paperlike Cleaning Kit. This is very self-explanatory. I recommend this on day one for most people because again, the iPad is a big screen and a big canvas no matter which one you're using, and you're going to be touching it with your dirty and greasy fingers throughout the lifespan of the iPad. So making sure that you're able to clean off the screen, regardless of if you have a screen protector or not, is going to be great for visibility. And the Paperlike Cleaning Kit is one that I have with me at all times. It's essentially just a little spray bottle, which you can spray this non-toxic cleaning solution, and then the actual casing itself is the microfiber cloth to wipe away any smudges and any fingerprints. So that one is a must in any travel pack for my iPad Pro. The next one is going to be an HDMI capture card. So this HDMI to USB-C capture card allows your iPad to be treated as a dummy display. I did an entire video of how to turn your iPad Pro into a dummy display for, let's say, an Xbox or a PlayStation or any game console, and for I believe it's only $20, and on PrimeDAy it should be about $15, you can transform any iPad that has USB-C into a dummy display at 4K 60 Hz. Now I haven't found one that gives you the full 120 Hz, but again, the 60 Hz is more than enough for kind of simple gameplay. Like I play things like Madden and 2K. I'm not playing any first-person shooters or anything like that, but it's been a great experience to be able to have your iPad be used as a portable gaming monitor and not have to bring, let's say, an extra external monitor on the go. And I've seen plenty of people bring their Xboxes and their PlayStation and their Switches and everything like that on the go, so having a large 12.9-inch or even the 11-inch, or again, you can even use this with your iPad mini if you would like to, as an external display has been awesome. The next item I'm going to recommend for any iPad user that uses it as more than just a kind of throw around tablet is going to be an external SSD, and the one that I use is the T7 Shield by Samsung, and it's been my most tried and true SSD because it's the most reliable one that I've ever used. I've used some other expensive SSDs, but for some reason, I don't treat them that crazily, but for some reason they always break down on me or I lose corrupted data. With this T7 SSD I've had for almost 2 years now at this point, I have all of my footage on here, all my B-roll, all my A-roll, all my final projects. I edit off of this SSD in real time on my iPad Pro using LumaFusion, so I could not recommend the T7 enough, and that one is going to be, I believe, 30% off now for the 2TB version, which is one that I have. So now this next product is actually 6 different products in one, and hear me out, right? I was gonna recommend maybe an external keyboard or maybe an external mouse and things that you can bring with you depending on what you're gonna be using your iPad for. But this kind of like starter kit by ProtoArc, it's called the XKM01LX. Again, the name is a little bit wonky, but it brings everything that you would need in a starter kit for all your external peripherals for an iPad or even something like a MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, but we're focusing on the iPad here. So in this packaging, you get a foldable keyboard, which I've tested before in the past, and it's one of my favorite on-the-go keyboards because it folds up, it stays compact. When you open it up, it goes straight into pairing mode. If you open it up and you're already connected, it'll automatically connect to your device, and it can connect to up to 3 different devices at once, which is amazing to see. And it also brings a Bluetooth mouse that it charges via USB-C. You can connect up to 3 different devices, 2 via Bluetooth and 1 via the little adapter, the 2.4 gigahertz adapter. And it's extremely responsive and it does everything that you would want an actual on-the-go mouse to do. It's not the most ergonomic feeling one, but it's thin, it's lightweight, and it gets the job done for on-the-go sessions. And this also brings a 65-watt travel charger with foldable prongs with 2 USB-C ports and a USB-A port, so you can charge up your iPad Pro at the full speed, which I believe is 40 watts, which is the maximum the M4 iPad Pro can take, and then 33 watts, which is the maximum of the older iPad Pros, and then the new iPad Air. So you can charge it at full speed, and it can be used to charge your iPad, your iPhone, and then any other auxiliary devices that you have with you. And no essential starter pack for the iPad Pro would be complete without a USB-C dongle, and this one has everything that you would need. It has a USB-C Type-C PD port, it's got an SD and micro SD card slot, 2 USB-A 3.1 ports for data transfer, and an HDMI 2.4 4K 60Hz HDMI port. So it literally covers everything that you would need in a pinch. You're able to charge via the power brick that comes in the box, then you're able to actually transfer data with the SSD that I mentioned earlier. And again, this is all part of the starter kit that comes bundled into one. And then lastly, it brings this very small, kind of flimsy stand that you can bring with you that's foldable and lays flat. But again, because it is so small, so compact, and so lightweight, it only adds positive value to your on-the-go carry because you can pretty much prop up either your iPhone or your iPad in any situation and at a bunch of different angles. So again, this kind of thought out starter kit. Oh, and on top of that, it comes in a nice hard shell carrying case with a handle with organizers specifically made for all these different products. So all you have to do is put this in your backpack, and then you know that you have a Bluetooth keyboard, a Bluetooth mouse, a USB-C dongle with all the different peripherals that you would need, a 65-watt power brick, a little iPad stand, as well as a nice and thick USB-C cable, which is an amazing thing to have. So it's, again, it gives you peace of mind. And I believe right now it is 20% off, under $120 for all this stuff, but they do sell each one of these separately as well. And they do have smaller starter kits that maybe only brings the mouse and the keyboard, or the keyboard and the actual charger. So I'll leave some link down below for you guys to check out, but this one is one that really impressed me in terms of getting everything that you need in one big package. And now before we get into my favorite iPad accessory of this list, again, I do want to reiterate that if you're looking for first-party Apple accessories for your iPad, get them on Amazon unless for some reason you're trying to finance them through your Apple Card or something like that, because again, they are way more discounted and you're never going to pay the full retail price unless it's an iPhone. But everything else from the iPad itself to the iPad accessories like the Magic Keyboard, the Folio keyboard, the Folio stands, the different keyboards for the different iPads themselves, everything will be discounted at least $50. So definitely buy these Apple products from Amazon themselves. And I don't know how Amazon makes money, if they do at all, but they've always been discounted, from the Apple Pencils to the keyboards and everything in between, like I mentioned earlier. But now, to finalize this video, the very last accessory I want to bring up is going to be the new Kuxiu magnetic wireless iPad stand. I did mention this one in the past because I was just so impressed by it, I wanted to bring it up again, and they also expanded it to 3 different form factors. So the one that I have is just our normal stand. I believe it's the X40 stand, but they all work exactly the same. They have 3 pin connectors on the rear of the magnetic plate, which you just slap your iPad on and then you're good to go in terms of being able to physically connect to the stand itself. You don't have to pry it into a case or anything like that. You can put your bare iPad right on the actual magnetic plate. And then there's a USB-C port on the back, and it does bring a nice USB-C braided cable in the packaging that you plug into, and then all of a sudden you are magnetically/wirelessly, put it in quotes because you are physically connected, but you're wirelessly charging the iPad Pro, which is an amazing thing to see. Because not only does it charge your iPad Pro at 18 watts, but it also frees up that nice Thunderbolt port or USB-C port for your iPad to be used for data transfer or maybe an external monitor and things of that nature. Now they do make it for the M4 iPad Pro, as well as the M2 iPad Air, the older iPad Pros, and pretty much all the iPads that fit the 11-inch and the 13-inch form factors of the older iPad Pros and the iPad Air. So if you guys are in the market for a magnetic stand for your iPad, definitely look at Kuxiu's iPad stands, because not only are they stands, but they also charge up your actual products, and they do have a boom arm as well that you can connect to your desk automatically, and then you also have just a different stand form factor if that's what you're into. But those are the best Amazon deals that I've found for iPad specific products. There's a bunch of different products to choose from. I know there's going to be a lot of different Prime deals thrown your way, but I wanted to put these kind of in a silo for you as my recommendation from trustworthy brands, so you're not just buying something that ends up breaking in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So as I mentioned, everything will be listed down in order for you guys to check these out, and everything will have the best deals. And even if it is past Prime Day, these are still going to be great products, and for the most part they still will be discounted, maybe not the full 20, 30, 40%, but you'll still get 10 to 15% off on these products if you click on the links down below. But that will do for this video, everybody. If you made it to the end, leave a little dolphin in the comments down below, and let me know what your favorite iPad product is to date. Is it something that I've listed here? Is there any product that you would recommend to me to try out that I haven't tried out yet? And then let me know what your favorite iPad product was from this video, and maybe, just maybe, we'll do a giveaway for channel members one of these days. But that'll do it for this video. If you did enjoy this one, be sure to watch this video right here because that's what YouTube thinks you're gonna like, and if not, go watch the iPhone accessory video, which should be out on the channel already. Until next time, I'm Fernando. Peace.